What's up, guys? My name is KiddoKhan, and today I'm gonna kind of just talk for a sec, do a little review, a little spoiler-free review that I've been meaning to do for a little bit. And I'm saying this as I'm playing a game because honestly I'm kind of bored. I kind of want to multitask for a little bit. So I've been recently watching a little show that has gotten a bit of popularity, but at the same time, it's not really. Because like when it first came out, after for the past like few years, it's been a pretty well regarded show, pretty well talked about. A lot of people knew it. You go on Twitter, you see all the fan art, the pictures, all the people talking about it. Like you'll see it quite a bit. Um, but this anime when season two came out, it kind of got a little backlash, like, which for some reason I don't understand why, because it was good altogether. But it was still well regarded, and a lot of people liked it, and it was still pretty popular. But season three, as I was watching it, I heard really no one say anything about it. And ever since then, I've heard pretty much the show's been kind of like non-existent. Or not the show, the fan base has just been kind of non-existent, which kind of sucks because this series has honestly been a pretty fun series for me to watch. And that series is called Danmachi. Danmachi is essentially about a young boy with white hair named Bel Cornell, who wants to be a high-level adventurer, as he's in the Hestia Familia, which is led by the goddess Hestia, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will know. If you look at the picture, you'll probably know who I'm talking about, or by name, I'm pretty sure you know who she is. The show basically is about him trying to level up in a dungeon and become a strong high class adventure. I'm stumbling on my words here. And he eventually meets a princess named Ais Wallenstein. Okay, everything's lagging right now. I'm sorry, I kind of had to fix this. He meets a princess named Ais Wallenstein, who, he eventually starts to kind of develop a few romantic feelings, a little crush. And he tries to learn, I want to be as powerful as she is. She took out a minotaur, like, with ease, because, like, she saved him from a minotaur when he was in a deep level of the dungeon. He took out a minotaur with ease. So how do I be like that? So eventually he learns who she is. He eventually asks her if he can train him, if she can train him, and eventually he gets even stronger, and eventually he levels up too. So there's not really much I want to say about the show because a lot of things are kind of spoilers to me. Because honestly, it's a lovable show. It's kind of impossible for me to hate it because of what all that happens, and it's just, to me, it's just one of those shows you can both chill back and relax to, but at the same time just be invested in these characters and in what's going on in the show and the world building. It's a really good world building. It's got really good world building. It's really it's kind of just something that's not really done. It's been done a bit, but there are a few different things about it. Essentially the gods, they got bored and they decided to descend into the earth and create familias and combat in the dungeon. And eventually Hestia was one of the unknown gods, so she wasn't able to get a familia right away, and she had no one for a little bit. But then Bel saw her, and she was like, "Hey, you mind if I join your familia?" And he easily accepts. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of how the show starts in terms of how characters are. There are a lot more characters. One of the characters that comes into play, Lily. She's a supporter character. She's a supporter who basically takes care of the people who fight and holds the supplies and stuff. And there are a lot more characters that join in. Honestly, they're all great. They're all great, lovable characters that I grew really attached to over the course of a couple of seasons. And honestly, I just can't hate them. Like, there's nothing really about the show I can hate. If there's one thing I could like say negatively about the show, it's that it's a little bit repetitive at sometimes. Something else I really like about the show is the action. The action in it, while it can be regarded as a rom-com sometimes, it's got plenty of like fun, colorful action that you can be proud of. And it's not like that, you know, the cheap little action that you see sometimes. It's got plenty of blood. It's definitely really it can get pretty gory in some moments, especially in season 3. I honestly think that season 3 is probably the goriest season in the entire series. It's just really it's just really fun. Like, it's not offensive, but at the same time, it's got some moments in it that are a little bit can be a bit serious. And honestly, I know I say this. Wait, I said this a million times, but the show, honestly, it's if you're just a chilled person who just likes watching chilled stuff, definitely watch it. If you're a guy who likes world building, character development, serious moments and stuff like that, if you don't like it all being ha ha ha, ha honey, laughy lovey dovey, then this show is definitely for you. So yeah, nothing really much I can say about this show because I don't want to spoil anything. And I really think that this is a show that doesn't really that should not be spoiled. This is something that you should be enjoyed with a fresh mind, without anything spoiled or anything talked about. Like, I mean, you can go into it knowing a little bit, but when you go into it knowing absolutely nothing, like I did, it makes it even more enjoyable, as with a lot of shows. So yeah, if you're gonna go into this, I highly recommend that you make sure that that you don't know a lot about it, and don't ask people for don't ask people like what it's about. Like, if you've seen this video, then let me tell you, do not ask people what it's about. I tell you what it's about, read the synopsis, but don't ask people like what it's about, because people are gonna spoil you, definitely. But yeah, all I can say is I highly recommend the show. It's very fun. It's very adorable. It's also it's got its many serious moments. And you'll eventually find a character that you like. So yeah, that's all I want to say. This review video is kind of a boring one because I don't really know how to do review videos yet. I'm still new to this YouTube thing. And because I haven't done it for a while anyways. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about DanMachi. It's fun, it's colorful, got great action. It can be a little touching, get kind of sad, pretty serious. Season 3 is definitely the season that you'll probably enjoy the most if you're a guy who likes your serious moments and shows. I had to focus there for a sec. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. My final review of the show in terms of its seasons, I would give season 1 definitely a 9, season 2 an 8, and season 3 so far. I have not finished it yet. I'm like 8 episodes in, but it's definitely like a step up from all the other 2 seasons. Let's give it a 9, but it's a strong 9. It's like a higher 9 than the first season. So yeah, that's all I really got to say. I'm going to get back to my game because honestly, I don't know if I can multitask this any longer. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.